Hello everyone, this is Paul from SpanishWithPaul.com, back with you again for another Monday lesson. Something that I love to do in my full course is to teach verbs that many other Spanish courses ignore. Now, it's not that these are verbs that aren't used, in fact it's quite the opposite. It's just that living around native Spanish speakers day in, day out as I do, you get to hear how Spanish is really spoken, rather than this kind of sterile, grammar-obsessed version that most Spanish courses try to force-feed you. So in this lesson, we're going to talk about one such verb, and it's a verb that is extremely versatile. It can mean wildly different things depending upon the context you use it in. That's all coming up next. If becoming fluent in conversational Spanish is one of your goals for this year, then consider clicking the link above to download my free course books that go along with all of my YouTube lessons. You can also subscribe to my channel to get a brand new Spanish lesson from me every single Monday. So with that out of the way, let's get started. In level 7 of the full course, we did a number of modules on reflexive verbs, and one of the verbs we covered was quedarse. Now this literally means to remain oneself, but it's more commonly used for to stay. The interesting thing is that quedarse can also be used to express to run out of. For example, I ran out of gas, or if you're in the UK, you'll say I ran out of petrol. Did you run out of coffee? My phone ran out of battery. They ran out of luck. Now, as we'll see, there are a lot of things you can run out of, such as time. You can run out of patience, out of luck, out of ice. You can run out of alternatives, money. You can run out of options or reasons to stay. You can run out of resources. You can run out of excuses. So it's an expression that we use a lot in English, and in Spanish, we use the verb quedarse to express the same idea. As I mentioned before, most courses will teach quedarse only in the meaning of to stay, but as I'll show you, it can also be used to express to run out of. This expression can be used in the past, the present, and the future. In the full lesson in the course, we go into each of these. However, for this YouTube lesson, we're just going to focus on one angle of the past. So we want to express I ran out of. First of all, using the verb quedarse, we form a preterite past, which means the sound is me quedé. We have just two syllables here, quedé, and make sure that you're stressing this end point, me quedé. Onto the end of that, we're going to tag on the word sin, which means without. So we get this simple formula of me quedé sin. Whenever in English you see I ran out of, you will immediately run to me quedé sin. After that, you simply say whatever it is that you ran out of. For example, the word for time in Spanish is tiempo. So to express I ran out of time, it would be me quedé sin tiempo. What's the word for this morning? Esta mañana. How would you say I ran out of time this morning? Me quedé sin tiempo esta mañana. What's the word for yesterday? Ayer. Now say, yesterday I ran out of time. Ayer me quedé sin tiempo. Here's another thing we can run out of: patience. In Spanish, this is paciencia. So we have paciencia. Paciencia. How would you say I ran out of patience? Me quedé sin paciencia. How would you say, yesterday I ran out of patience? Ayer me quedé sin paciencia. What is with her in Spanish? Con ella. Now to express this morning I ran out of time and patience with her, you're going to use the word sin twice. It's going to be sin tiempo, sin paciencia. Try to put it together now. Esta mañana me quedé sin tiempo y sin paciencia con ella. In hot countries, areas such as where I live, something that is essential is ice. In Spanish, the word is hielo. Notice that the H is always silent in Spanish. It's not included in the pronunciation. We start from here. It's hielo. Hielo. How would you say, I ran out of ice? Me quedé sin hielo. The word for option is very close in Spanish. It's opción. And if we want to go into plural and say options, the sound becomes opciones. How would you say, I ran out of options? Me quedé sin opciones. The word for simply is simplemente. Simplemente. To express, I simply ran out of time and options. This word simply is going to come at the front of the sentence. How would you say it? Simplemente me quedé sin tiempo y sin opciones. Did you remember to put sin twice? Hopefully you did. How do you say patience in Spanish? Paciencia. Now say, I simply ran out of patience. Simplemente me quedé sin paciencia. We can also combine this formula with other verbs. For example, how do you say, I want? Quiero. I don't want. No quiero. Now to express, I don't want to run out of, whatever it is, we will take no quiero and then add the full verb, quedarme, plus sin. No quiero quedarme sin, whatever it is. Here you can see the verb quedar, again being used reflexively, because we have the me tagged on to the end of it. So, no quiero quedarme sin. This is what you will use whenever you come across I don't want to run out of. Let's test it out. How would you say, I don't want to run out of options? No quiero quedarme sin opciones. I don't want to run out of time today. No quiero quedarme sin tiempo hoy. The word for money is dinero. How would you say, I don't want to run out of money? No quiero quedarme sin dinero. So far in this lesson, we've only scratched the surface of what is possible with quedarse, because we've only covered one tense in the past and from just one viewpoint, that of I. But there are 7 tenses that I believe you should know with this expression. Plus, we need to know all the angles, not only I, but you, he, she, and it, we, and they. This is the kind of detail that I go into in my full course. If you're serious about learning Spanish and want to become conversationally fluent, my main course, Spanish with Paul, is live and available for you now. Inside you'll get my complete course, none of which is available on YouTube, and also my personal attention to make sure you achieve conversational fluency in the fastest time possible. In short, if you like my free lessons on YouTube and the results they're giving you, then you'll love what I have for you inside the main course. You can click the link on the screen now to find out all the details. So with that said, I look forward to seeing you again in my next video.